A new video just in from the Philippines of the earthquake there. Officials saying that 4 of the people killed in the quake were on the Philippine island of Bohol, about 400 kilometers southeast of Manila. It's a very popular place with tourists. Robert Michael Poole is on holiday there. He joins me now on the phone. So what happened?
Well, about 8 o'clock this morning, the earthquake struck. I was riding a bike at the time. It was very strong. I live in Tokyo. I'm used to earthquakes, but this one was very strong. And it shocked a lot of people here because I don't think they're very familiar with them. The roads cracked right in front of us. The bridges of the road, along the road, some of those were inaccessible. And obviously a lot of people came out onto the streets wondering what to do.
I mean, we're looking at
I managed to get into a town. Sorry?
So we're looking at some of the photographs that you've sent in.
Yeah, I managed to get into a town called Lombok, which is the pictures that I posted. Lombok has a grand old church built in the 16th century, which is absolutely devastated now. The whole center of it collapsed, facades on both ends have collapsed. So it was obviously a pretty strong earthquake to do that kind of damage. But the lucky thing is it's a holiday here today, I guess, and it happened at a time when there was nobody in the church, so there were no casualties. The mayor of the town came out and has set up temporary white tents in front of the church for people to rest in. A lot of the buildings in the area are obviously damaged and not safe to be in right now. So the people are gathering quite calmly, I must say, under the white tents in front of the church.
And what are the aftershocks like?
Pretty powerful, I got to say. They were fairly frequent for the first hour, and they're still happening now. I've moved to probably the most popular tourist spot on the island, which is the Chocolate Hills. On top of this, you can really feel the aftershocks. There should be a tower on top of this, the Leaning Tower of Bohol. That's collapsed, and all the buildings here, the hotels and so on, are collapsed. So the tourist police are here warning people not to come.
Do the authorities look as though that they have the situation well in hand as much as they can after an earthquake and several aftershocks?
They certainly do, actually. As I said, I'm surprised and pleased to see how calm people are going about things. I know some people are struggling to contact their relatives in the smaller towns inland, so I guess communication lines down. But yeah, it does seem to be that they're dealing with it quite well so far.
And what advice have you been given, and tourists like yourselves, for the rest of the day?
I've been told to avoid driving fast or riding fast in order to get to my destinations. And obviously a lot of places they put roadblocks up. I've actually seen local people as well, very nicely. They've been putting out like old car tires and so on in the middle of the road in order to warn people that there are cracks coming up in front or there are power lines down that you might get caught on. So people have reacted sort of very practically to the disaster.